What's up YouTube? This is ChrisisSoPro coming at you with a deck. This is my take on the popular deck, Synchro Cat. Start out with the basic first three monsters, X-Saber Airbellum. X-Saber Airbellum is a level 3 tuner that can be special summoned by a Rescue Cat because it's a level 3 or lower beast. And it also has a really good effect of when it hits your opponent directly, they discard a card from their hand. So, I don't know about you, but I think the hand control plus the synchro summon ability with the Rescue Cat, that's freaking incredible. 2 Gravekeeper Spy. I've seen some people run 3, but I think 2 is a perfect balance because the third one can just turn to be a dead draw. But who knows? I haven't tried 3 before, and it could work really well with the Pot of Avarice engine. But Gravekeeper Spy has a flip effect of selecting one monster, a Gravekeeper monster from your deck, and special summoning it at all. So that's pretty cool. You get to bring it out and then synchro summon up with the Airbellums or the other tuner in this deck for Arcanite Magician. So you could easily get that 2 pop or that 2400 beat stake. So yeah. 2 Raikou. Raikou is a flip effect monster as well. It says that I could destroy 1 card on the field and then mill 3 cards from the top of my deck. Get that extra mill power. You get to clear your opponent's field easily and mill 3 from the top of your deck to get some targets for Chaos Sorcerer, Dark Arm, Pot of Avarice, etc. Plus it's a Rescue Cat target, so you could go Rescue Cat for Airbellum and that, and go for Ally of Justice Catastrophe or Magical Android. 2 Mystic Tomatoes. The Mystic Tomatoes destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard. You could special summon a Dark Monster with 1500 attack or less from your deck. Easy to bring out your Gales, your Gale, your Sangan, Summoner Monk if you really want to, but 2 Tomato gives you the opportunity to have another Tomato to fall back on, plus it makes it easier to have a Tomato in the graveyard on that rare occasion you want to activate the second effect of Black Rose Dragon, which I find to be really cool. 1 Gale, summonable by Mystic Tomato with a built-in permanent shrink effect for your opponent's monster, plus a level 3 tuner, so you could summon it, shrink your opponent's monster, and go for the synchro summon. And even if your synchro monster would be able to beat the crap out of your opponent's monster without the shrink, that's just some extra battle damage you get. Pretty cool. 1 Summoner Monk. When it's normal summoned, it goes straight to defense position, plus you can discard a spell card from your hand and special summon a level 4 monster from your deck. Pretty freaking cool. I love it. Rescue Cat. It goes for Rescue Cat, which you could then send to the grave for the Airbellums and its targets. And Mist Valley Soldier, which is in itself a level 4 tuner that you could just set on your opponent when they've got a Colossal Fighter, they attack it, and you're like, heh, fuck you, go back to the extra deck. But the monster that battles this card, if it's not destroyed by battle, goes back to the owner's hand. 1 Neospatian Dark Panther, Rescue Cat target, plus the extremely awesome ability of copying an opponent's monster's effect, which I found to be extremely helpful in battles against the Dark Arm Dragon or Judgment Dragon. With the Darks, you could use their Dark Arm Dragon's effect against them to pop their spells and traps or their Dark Arm. Or Judgment Dragon, you could just blow up the rest of the field and then hit for 1000 or summon that tuner monster or any other monster if you haven't used your normal summon for the turn. Sangan basically searches out the deck, you know, your Rescue Cats, your Airbellums, no, not your Airbellums, your Summoner Monk, my bad. Your Summoner Monk, your Card Trooper, all that jizz, you know? But, yeah. Chaos Sorcerer. With the amount of lights and darks in this deck, there's only like 3 lights in the main deck, which is Cyber Dragon and 2 Raikous, but you've also got your Arcanite Magicians in the extra deck, which are staple in any Synchro Cat deck, making him really easy to summon along with your extra amount of darks. But you don't want to battle a monster. You just have to say, okay, I'll remove it from play instead of attacking this turn with it. So he's pretty cool. Easy way to get rid of those indestructible or high attack power monsters. Cyber Dragon, light target for Chaos Sorcerer, easy special summon. Because if you don't have any monsters and your opponent does, you could just say, okay, special summon Cyber Dragon. But makes easier for synchro summons, plus tributes if you have that sudden urge to tribute a monster, which I don't think you can in this deck. The way I've got it built at least. Card Trooper. Card Trooper says mill 3 cards from the top of your deck to have it gain up to 3 cards to gain 500 attack for each card you milled, which is really good because it gets the extra attack boost to run over most monsters, and then you mill off your cards, your light monsters, your dark monsters, any monsters that could be easier to make a Pot of Avarice target, Dark Arm target, or Chaos Sorcerer target. Plus, when it's destroyed and sent from the field to the graveyard, you draw a card. Kaiku, very important card this format, very important. As long as being a dark monster in your graveyard can count for the 3 towards Dark Arm, it's also an allure target. Then when it inflicts battle damage to your opponent's life points, you can choose up to 2 monsters from your opponent's graveyard and remove them from play. So you're like, okay, they could just Necro Garden us, so they protect those precious Necro Gardenas or whatever they have. Its continuous effect says that your opponent cannot remove any cards from the graveyard from play. So that stops their DD Crows, as I said before, their Necro Gardenas, it stops their Dark Arms, it stops their Mizukis, it stops about a lot of stuff this format. I love it. I'd run 2 if they were special summonable, easily. And to end up the monster lineup, Dark Arm Dragon. Perfect example of a broken card. It used to be the leader of Dad Return and Teledad, until it got limited down to 1. Now, it's still the most broken card of the game. You can only just run 1 of them. It cannot be normal summoned or set, and it can only be special summoned when you have exactly 3 dark monsters in the graveyard. So, basically, yeah. That gives you 3 targets for its effect right off the bat. Because you can remove a dark monster from play from a graveyard to destroy 1 card on the field. Amazing effect. 2800 beat sticks, so you clear the field and then hit for 28. Just watch out for the Gores. It fucking sucks. I don't have a Gores in this deck. I need to put one in. Suggestions to put it in, comment please. Next cards. 3 Book of Moons. Stop your opponents from attacking easily. Stops Blackwings from getting their Black Whirlwind Search target. Very easily used card this format. Quick play spell too. So protects your life points, stops your opponent's Blackwings. Easy. 2 Pot of Avarice. With all the monster recycling with all the monster graveyard stuff in this deck, it just recycles easily. It gives you the chance to use that Rescue Cat again. Give you the opportunity to get that game-winning experience in these. 2 Allure. Basic draw power of the deck. Draw 2 cards. You have a dark monster in your hand, remove it from play. If you don't have that dark monster, you gotta discard your hand. Sorry, but makes for good last resort. 1 Mind Control. Take control of an opponent's monster, but it can't attack or anything. But it can't be attacked or tributed, but it could still be sent to the graveyard for a Synchro Summon. So just take your opponent's monster, and if you take a Blackwing, you just special summon that Gale. Smashing Ground, destroy that Colossal Fighter or whatever the hell's sticking in your way that you just feel is in the way of pushing the game. Basic staples, Heavy, Cold Wave, Brain. I do not run an MST. I feel it is very slow this format since most stuff is chainable. I'm iffy about Heavy Storm now too, even though it's supposed to be broken. My Body is a Shield. My Body as a Shield protects you when you're trying to press for game. Simple as that. Pay 1500, negate the effect of a card that destroys a monster on the field, and all that is. 2 Bottomless Trap Hole. Bottomless Trap Hole stops your opponent's high attack Blackwing monsters. It stops any high attack monster from getting to you, but you can't bottomless Gores that's being summoned during the damage step. There was a really bad ruling on that at a regional I went to. A Phoenix Wing Wind Blast stops your opponent from being able to get those stupid things, gives them a dead draw, clears their field. Torrential, basic staple. Call the Haunted, basic staple. Royal Oppression, once you've got your synchros out there, the only thing that's really going to stop you is your opponent's special summons, and a Solemn Judgment. This is the Horse Solemn, because everybody that I know has had it at one time. Synchro Monsters, basic. Bryonic, Light End. I have a light end in there for fun. Chimeratech Fortress for the Cyber. That's random. Of course, you've got your Colossal, your Stardust, your Cataster, Black Rose. 2 Arcanites are staple in any Synchro Cat deck. Mistworm, X-Saber Urbellum, and Goyo Guardian. Rate, comment, subscribe, right up there in the corner. Go ahead. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Good night.